Olandria has essentially gone from Love Island to becoming one of the breakout style stars of the year so far. She went to Paris Fashion Week for the couture shows, and every look that she wore was kind of an ace.
Let me tell you something. When Olandria walked out of that Love Island villa, a lot of people thought she'd do what most reality TV contestants do, post a few brand deals, maybe launch a lip gloss, and slowly fade into the background of Instagram. But that is not what happened. Not even close. Because right now, as we're sitting here today, Olandria just signed with UTA, one of the biggest, most powerful talent agencies on the planet. And her career is moving at a speed that most people who've been in this industry for 10 years haven't even touched yet. And the crazy part is, some people saw this coming from the very beginning. We're going to talk about all of that today. We're also going to talk about the wave of hate that came crashing in right behind the good news, because of course it did. And we're going to talk about what Olandria had to say about it, because she did not stay quiet. She spoke up, and honestly, what she said needed to be said. So, let's get into it. First, let's talk about this UTA signing, because I don't think people fully understand how big this is.
Olandria has essentially gone from Love Island to becoming one of the breakout style stars of the year so far. She went to Paris Fashion Week for the couture shows, and every look that she wore was kind of an ace. I think we should start off with the Valentino couture look that she wore to the Valentino show. It's this beautiful 1970s dress with this sort of like amazing colourful print across it. Referential, but also feels super modern. And then she went to the Rahul Mishra show and wore this sparkling gown that you can tell would have taken such a long time to kind of make and put together, and she was really kind of the perfect muse to pull this look off. She also went to the Robert One show and wore this amazing red, essentially a couture jumpsuit, but with this sheath of fabric that sort of goes across the legs that kind of gives it this hybrid dress jumpsuit silhouette with an incredible bodice. It's always really interesting to see the kinds of, fashion stars that are born from TV shows like Love Island. I feel like Maya Jama is such a huge example of that, as somebody who's just really taken off in the fashion world as well as in the TV world, and I can't wait to see what else we get from Olandria, because I think there are going to be more hits where this one came from.
When most reality TV stars come off a show, they sign with a social media management company. Maybe they get someone to help them negotiate a few sponsored posts. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But Olandria didn't just do that. She started with DBA, which stands for Digital Brand Architects, and they're actually owned by UTA, so she was already in the ecosystem. DBA helped her lay the groundwork, and reportedly in just 7 months with them, she secured 19 brand deals. 19 in 7 months. That is not normal. Why, that is someone whose team recognized early that she had something different, and they moved accordingly. But now she's leveled up even further because she signed directly with UTA itself. And UTA is not just some agency. UTA is one of the top 3 talent agencies in all of Hollywood. We're talking about the same agency that represents Angelina Jolie, Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell. In music, they work with Cardi B, Bad Bunny, DJ Khaled, Post Malone, 21 Savage. When it comes to digital creators, they represent Mr. Beast, Kai Cenat, Alex Earl. They also represent comedians like Nikki Glazer, athletes, writers. This is a massive operation. And now, Olandria's name is on that roster. According to what's been reported, UTA will be helping Olandria secure opportunities across publishing, TV, and digital media. So we're not just talking about Instagram partnerships anymore. We're talking about book deals potentially, television appearances, possibly her own show. The doors that open when you have UTA behind you are completely different from the doors that open when you're doing it on your own. And what I really respect about how Olandria handled this is that she didn't rush it. She didn't sign with the first big name that came knocking the second she left the villa. She tweeted about it and said, "Built a powerhouse team from scratch at my own pace. Betting on myself was the real win. Self-doubt doesn't leave here." And I think that's important because a lot of people in her position would have panicked. You come off a show like Love Island, your window of relevance is ticking, and the pressure to sign anything and everything is real. But she was strategic. She took her time. She built her team piece by piece. And speaking of her team, it's not just UTA and DBA. Olandria also has a PR firm representing her in a law firm, so she's got management, agency, public relations, and legal all locked in. That is a full professional infrastructure. That's not someone playing around. That's someone who is treating this like a real career, not a temporary moment. Now here's an interesting little detail that I think is worth mentioning. Nick, who was obviously Olandria's partner on Love Island, his agency is CAA, Creative Artists Agency, and CAA is also one of the top 3 talent agencies in Hollywood, right alongside UTA. So you've got Olandria at UTA and Nick at CAA. Both of them are signed with elite-level representation.
I'm actually praying to God that Olandria does not become an influencer when she gets out of the villa. I read the Vogue article this morning about how she primarily wears Shein, and everything that she's worn for the most part has been under $30. I am convinced that she needs to bypass all of the influencing, bypass the social media, and go straight into high fashion modeling. She obviously has the face for it, but I feel the thing with modeling sometimes is you can be very beautiful, but sometimes you can't wear the clothes. The clothes still wear you. That's the difference between someone like Kendall Jenner and someone who is a model. The fact that I was looking at Olandria's outfits and thinking, I thought to myself numerous times throughout this season, oh, she's got money. Her outfits are giving money. Or I thought maybe they got sponsorships beforehand. I don't know if they were allowed to reach out to brands before they went to the villa. But everything she wears literally looks high fashion to me. It literally looks luxury. Obviously she's got her fun outfits and not those, but you know what I'm talking about. If you would have told me some of the dresses that she was wearing were Shein, I would have been clearly we're on different websites. There's actually no way that when I order a dress from Shein, it feels like a plastic bag and looks like it on my body. And when she wears it, she looks regal. I actually think that's talent. I actually think that's extremely impressive. Don't influence, don't do I don't know, whatever today's version of Sugar Bear hair is. Go straight to the runway.
Okay, I'm breaking my work policy to say this. Olandria, don't become an influencer. Okay, I'm breaking my work policy to say this. Olandria, don't become an influencer. If you see this, do not become an influencer. This video is for Olandria. You don't deserve to be an influencer. You are a supernova. You are a superstar. You are a supermodel. You need to be on the cover of Vogue. You need to be doing high-end perfume commercials. Okay, you need to be get an agent, get a manager ASAP. Girl, you are a superstar. Okay, you don't minimize yourself to being just an influencer. You are a supermodel. Go ahead, get your boy Nikki Poo, and y'all go on the cover of some magazine. Y'all could be supermodels together. Okay, see the vision. I see it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I love you, and I'm gonna be your fan forever. So, yeah.
No wonder they became one of the biggest couples to come out of that show. They're both clearly operating on a level that most Love Island contestants never reach. And it looks like Olandria is already putting in the work because she recently posted some behind-the-scenes content showing cameras and a production setup, which means she has something coming soon. She hasn't said exactly what it is yet, but the fact that she's already filming something tells you that UTA is wasting no time. They signed her and they're already moving. She's also said multiple times recently that she wants to get into acting, and honestly, with UTA behind her, that's not a far-fetched goal at all. That's very much within reach now. But now let's talk about what's been happening in the fashion space, because this is where Olandria has really been turning heads in a way that nobody expected. She went to Paris Fashion Week for the couture shows, and every single look she wore was incredible. Vogue, and I'm talking about actual Vogue, not some small blog, has been consistently posting about her. Vogue Australia did a feature on her Paris haute couture looks, and when Olandria thanked them on social media for the coverage, their response was basically, "No, you're the one blessing us." That's Vogue telling a former Love Island contestant that she is blessing them. Let that sink in for a second, and the looks themselves were genuinely stunning. She wore a Valentino couture piece to the Valentino show. This beautiful dress with a 1970s feel and this incredible colorful print that somehow looked both vintage and completely modern at the same time. Then she went to the Rahul Mishra show in this sparkling gown that you could tell took an extraordinary amount of time and craftsmanship to put together. She also wore this red couture jumpsuit to the Robert Woon show that had this sheath of fabric going across the legs, giving it a hybrid dress jumpsuit silhouette with this incredible structured bodice. Every look was a hit. There wasn't a miss in the bunch. And the fashion press noticed. She's being called one of the breakout style stars of the year. But again, that comparison to Maya Jama keeps coming up. Someone who also came out of the television world and became a legitimate fashion figure. But what's wild about Olandria is how fast this happened. She's only been out of the villa for about 7 months, and she's already been to 2 major fashion weeks. Most people in the modeling and fashion space work for years before they get those kinds of invitations. But here's the part that really gets me. Some people called this from the very beginning. While Olandria was still in the villa, while the show was still airing, there were people making videos saying, "Do not let this woman become a regular influencer. She needs to go straight to high fashion." And I want to read you some of what people were saying because, looking back now, they were absolutely right. One person said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that they read the Vogue article about how Olandria primarily wears Shein, and that most of what she wore on the show was under $30. And this person was saying that she was convinced Olandria needed to bypass all the influencing, bypass the social media brand deal path, and go straight into high fashion modeling. She said Olandria obviously has the face for it, but the difference between someone like Olandria and a lot of other beautiful people is that Olandria actually wears the clothes. The clothes don't wear her. And that's a real distinction in fashion. You can be gorgeous and still look like the outfit is overpowering you. Olandria makes $30 shine dresses look like they cost $3,000. Another person said that they kept looking at Olandria's outfits throughout the season thinking she had money, or that the show gave the contestants access to brands beforehand, because everything she wore looked high fashion. It looked luxury. And when they found out some of those pieces were from Shine, they couldn't believe it. They said if you told them some of those dresses were from Shine, they would have said clearly we're on different websites, because when they order from Shein, it looks like a plastic bag, and when Olandria puts it on, she looks regal. And honestly, that is a talent. That is genuinely impressive. There was even someone who broke their own work policy to make a video directly addressing Olandria, telling her not to become an influencer. They said, "You don't deserve to be an influencer. You are a supernova. You are a superstar. You are a supermodel. You need to be on the cover of Vogue. You need to be doing high-end perfume commercials. Get an agent. Get a manager ASAP." And look at where Olandria is now. She got the agent. She got the manager. She's been in Vogue. Everything those people predicted is happening. So the career is booming. The fashion world is embracing her. The team is in place. The future looks genuinely bright. And I think most people, especially people who watched her on Love Island and rooted for her, are happy to see it. But then there's the other side. Because with all this success, the hate has gotten louder. And it's been ugly. Over the past few days, Olandria has been getting brutal treatment on social media. And from what I can tell, it ramped up right around the same time that the UTA news dropped. Someone posted a set of pictures of Olandria, and people went after her. Hard. The comments were really bad. One person said that the internet keeps trying to gaslight everyone into thinking she's some kind of beauty icon, and that she's not. Another person said, and this is a direct quote, "Since nobody else will say it, I will. She looks like a man in a wig." Someone else said she looks trans, as if that's an insult. And there were plenty more negative comments on top of those. And I want to be real about this for a second. This is something that Black women in the public eye deal with constantly. The scrutiny over their appearance, the way people pick apart their bodies, the way certain features get mocked or questioned in ways that would never happen to someone who wasn't a Black woman. It is exhausting to watch. And I can only imagine how exhausting it is to experience. The specific thing people seemed to be focused on in these pictures was that the skin around her belly area appeared slightly darker than the rest of her body. And people used that as an excuse to tear her apart, which is insane when you think about it. Uneven skin tone is one of the most normal things in the world. Everybody's body has areas where the pigmentation is slightly different. That's just how skin works. But when it's a Black woman succeeding at a high level, suddenly every minor detail becomes ammunition. And here's what really tells you everything you need to know about the timing. Someone pointed out that Olandria announced her UTA signing, and like clockwork, the hate accounts came out. They went back and found a positive post from 2 days earlier and started quoting it with negative commentary just to push the same tired narrative. It was coordinated, it was deliberate, and it was transparent. This person said, "Y'all are so obvious. Your jealousy and hatred will never stop her motion. You'll hate her into a billionaire." And honestly, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. Because every time someone tries to tear Olandria down, her name trends. More people see her, more people look her up, more people discover her work. The hate literally fuels the algorithm in her favor. But Olandria didn't just let other people defend her, she spoke up herself. She went back and resurfaced a tweet she originally posted in 2020 where she said, "Being a Black woman is so hard, but I wouldn't trade it for anything," with black heart emojis. And the fact that she wrote that in 2020, years before Love Island, years before any of this fame, tells you that this isn't something new for her. She's been dealing with this her entire life. The platform is just bigger now. What I appreciate about her response is that she didn't give the haters a detailed clapback. She didn't quote individual comments and go back and forth. She just made a statement about the broader experience of being a Black woman and moved on. That takes a certain kind of maturity that a lot of people, especially people who are only 7 months into fame, don't have. She understands that engaging with every negative comment gives those people exactly what they want. So instead, she acknowledged the reality of what she faces. Like she stood in her identity, and she kept it moving. And I think that's the right approach because look at what's happening around her while the haters are typing their little comments. She's signing with one of the biggest agencies in the world. She's walking Paris Fashion Week. She's being featured in Vogue. She's got 19 brand deals and counting. She's building a team that includes management, agency, PR, and legal representation. She's filming new projects that haven't even been announced yet. The hate is noise. Her career is the signal. I also want to say this because I think it needs to be said. The people who come for Olandria's appearance are telling on themselves. When you see a woman who is thriving at this level, and your first instinct is to zoom into a picture and find something wrong with her body, that says everything about where you are in your own life and nothing about her. Successful people don't spend their time tearing down other successful people. That energy always comes from a place of lack. And the comparison to how other Love Island contestants are treated is worth noting too. There are plenty of people who come off that show and post pictures that get nothing but positive engagement. But when it's Olandria, when it's a dark-skinned Black woman who is excelling beyond what anyone expected, suddenly the standards change. Suddenly every photo gets scrutinized. Suddenly people feel entitled to say things that they would never say to someone's face. It's a pattern. And it's one that a lot of us are very familiar with. But here's the thing, none of it is going to stop what's already in motion. UTA didn't sign Olandria because of what she looks like in one set of pictures on Twitter. They signed her because she's marketable, she's talented, she has presence, and she has an audience that is growing every single day. Vogue isn't featuring her because of a social media debate. They're featuring her because she shows up to fashion events and commands attention. The industry sees what the haters refuse to acknowledge, and the industry is the one writing the checks. So where does Olandria go from here? Honestly, the sky is the limit. With UTA behind her, we could see her land a television role. We could see a book deal. We could see major brand ambassadorships with fashion houses, not just social media partnerships, but actual campaign work. She's already talked about wanting to act, and UTA has the connections to make that happen. They represent some of the biggest actors in Hollywood. If Olandria wants to go down that path, she's now in the right building with the right people. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see her at more fashion weeks, possibly with an even bigger presence. She's already been to 2 in 7 months. By this time next year, she could be a regular fixture at Milan, New York, London, and Paris. And if she keeps delivering looks the way she has been, the fashion world is going to keep embracing her. The bottom line is this: Olandria is doing exactly what those early fans told her to do. She didn't settle for being just another influencer. She didn't take the easy path. She built a real team, she made strategic moves, and she's positioning herself for a career that lasts well beyond the Love Island hype cycle. and no amount of hate on social media is going to derail that. So let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. Are you excited about the UTA signing? Do you think she's going to end up in TV or film? And what do you think about the way people come for her every time she has good news? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button because we cover all of this every single day and you don't want to miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.